Okay, guys, we are back, and we are picking up with a comma just coming out of the Telex booth from speaking with Pilgrim, or I'm sorry, from speaking with Harmony, and he loudly shouted the word Patriot. And Ren and Ymir are present to hear this. Ymir is just outside of the main doors, as he is often wont to do in normal-sized establishments. So, okay, let's go ahead and pick up with... I know, Ren, was there anything else that you were wanting to engage with the secretary? Anything else going on there?
Not really. I didn't have time. I mean, I was gonna join a comma, but the time limit you said that was pretty short, so I guess.
Okay. All right, so let's start up with a comma. What would you like to continue saying as you come out of the booth?
So, I step out of the booth. I'm very confused and shocked at the same time. I just stand there, and I believe the receptionist asked if there was something wrong with the phone call, and she's off doing her little thingamabob.
Yeah,
The call had been
she's
dropped.
just trying to diagnose why the call was dropped.
I look toward Ren and I just say, that is so odd. I have no idea what just happened.
Why did you yell Patriot?
So, you know what? Let's take a step outside. Let's meet up with Ymir. I need to have a little round table talk type situation, so you guys can both be aware of what just transpired. And as I said that, I start walking toward the doorway.
Okay. Ren?
I will follow. Me and Dex had discussed this briefly during the break. I believe I was the one holding on to the arm, unless I passed it off, but I was holding on to it to do research, which I haven't had a chance to yet.
Yeah.
That would
it's
be
taken up a
on
lot
my
of-
person?
That's something that we needed to figure out. If you want it in your pack, I'm assuming it got sealed up
So.
into something.
Yeah, I would figure I probably wouldn't have it on me because it's pretty large.
Well, and I mean, I don't know if you just, because it wasn't even bleeding. So I don't know if you put it in like a little rucksack.
I had put it in something more secure than that, but I just wasn't sure if it was like how we do items in this game, basically. Like in D&D you can cheat by doing like your bag of holding where you can just shove a million things in there.
We're just eyeballing everything and keeping it grounded in reality. So
that's probably then stowed away securely, locked up.
I mean, I would imagine, because I'm thinking an arm from an individual like that is probably, I'd guess probably 40 pounds, 50 pounds, something like that. So,
Pure muscle.
I mean, he's mega damaged, so it's...
That's probably locked up then on with my vehicle then, I would say. Then okay, just making sure.
Fair enough.
So I'm not gonna check on the arm because I don't have it.
Did you want that to be like in a fucking, like some kind of little military duffel bag that you just...
It would have been like in a lockbox, some sort.
A lockbox. So we'll say you had some kind of little storage box on your vehicle. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I'll follow him outside.
And that would be under lock and key, right? That wouldn't be something like on somebody's truck bed that...
This would have been hidden. Yeah, this would have been...
Okay.
Yeah, I would have put it somewhere that would have been out of sight, whether it was on my person, not right now, but like at our hotel, or if it was staying on the vehicle, it would have been a hidden compartment locked.
Okay. Something kind of on the interior. Okay.
Yeah, I figure I probably have like 2 or so probably like somewhat hidden little black boxes in my vehicle for
Yeah, and we can
reasons
even
of
say
Situations like this.
it's just part of your that kind of little mini lab kind of setup thing. That's like the main
Yeah.
storage area for that.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's good. Okay, so that means it's pretty interior to the vehicle. So, with all of that being said, as you head out and join them, Ymir, you start feeling a vibration from your handset radio, and as you take a quick look at the screen, you see that it's Lars's contact information coming up, and that he's trying to call you.
Okay. Ymir answers as he's rejoined by his two compatriots.
Okay, as you answer, Lars comes over the comm and just says, brother, I apologize. I've perhaps you left because you were tired of waiting. I am here. It has just simply taken me a few extra moments. The vodka is a devilish mistress, yes?
Yes. No problem, brother. I was simply getting in contact with somebody I know. We will meet you in just a few more minutes. It is my apologies for being late.
I says, no
We
problem.
will
No problem.
we will be there shortly.
Ah! And the line goes dead.
Uh,
All right. Okay, so Akama, what do you want to say now that everybody's assembled?
I kind of get like a two-handed, like, both of you get a little closer type situation. And kind of like a huddle. And I go and I let them know, and I say, so I got off the phone with Harmony. We just briefly spoke about what we went through and how we came across a few things. From my understanding, she was shocked about Geiger and her transformations. She basically went on to say that Geiger is more of like a pet project for one of her field commanders. I'm not sure what that entails, but she went ahead and also informed me that either she was being tracked or we were being tracked. I want to say most likely it was her. Um, she went ahead and went on about the Patriot, how he was, I would say, in cahoots with them in a certain way. And something might have happened after the Patriot no longer was making contact to whoever he was making contact with. She went on and saying that most likely the people that were uh, talking to him is most likely out and about and trying to track where he is, and I believe the person that you spoke to, Ymir, and I point to Ymir, um, the gentleman that kind of looked like a stocky voodoo looking dude with the top hat.
the
You understand
dark
what I'm
one.
saying? The
Yes.
dark one, yeah. She had asked me if there was anybody suspicious or anything that was around, and I went ahead and gave the description of the entity in question, and she believes this being is named Leo Blackblood, and he's part of the Hollow faction. Um, I told her that I've seen him briefly, but you have more information, if that you can probably give to her. But as we were talking, I started seeing, like, I don't know, kind of like debris falling from the sky, kind of like a snowy effect. I think she was like in a room or something of that nature, and a big boom happened. After the boom, the first boom, it was kind of like a little far away from her. The big boom happened. We started talking more about this Leo Blackblood, and before she can get out another word, another thunderous boom happened, and got kind of like a static type situation happening. And then before I knew it, bright lights and a loud force pushed her back, and the feed went dead. I don't know what happened. I'm just relaying information that transpired, basically.
It does not bode well, brother.
A lot of weird things are happening, and
Indeed.
I don't know if Geiger's part of it. I don't know who this voodoo hoodoo guy is. Um, all I know is going to this bitter creep is gonna be a wild journey.
So then we must prepare, yes.
Big time. Definitely gotta be on our P's and Q's.
Okay, Ren, is there anything you want to say?
Absorbing the information at the moment, and a bunch of things run through his head about possible connection, and he's trying to think if there's anything that could have possibly that he can see that would connect. But I mean, knowing very little about this person or both people really,
It
probably doesn't gain too
seems
much.
this black blood has a pet. How you say, demon. When I encountered him last, that's the only thing that made me retreat.
Wait, I thought we said we
Being-
didn't see. I thought we didn't see that thing. I thought that wasn't part of the. That was just part of the
He-
image.
I did.
He's so-
Oh, okay.
I did.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
in that alleyway.
Okay,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I misunderstood that. Sorry.
Oh, no worries.
He had a pet demon under his thrall. It's the only thing that made me retreat. A being of pure blackness and evil, and his whispers in my mind said he had my scent. That's why I told Brother Akama to keep his eyes out.
As he says that, I'm gonna touch my three eyes and look around.
Okay, go ahead and cast it. As you do,
Hold on. Where are you? All right.
as you do, you see that in the infrastructure of this building itself and most of the others, there appears to be some pretty heavy reliance on arcane energy. That shows up as, pipes, electric lines, all kinds of different things kind of being visible just below the surface of the material world that your eyes have access to normally. Other than that, you're not really picking up on any other really strong magical signals or forces in the immediate vicinity. You're also not really noticing any kind of evil or negative kind of beings or invisible manifestations of forces anywhere in the field of vision that you currently have. Everything seems pretty mundane, other than being in a shopping district kind of powered and run on magic. So let's see. Let's.
I'll say, well, that's all I really have. If you guys want, we can just start walking toward our next destination, and
Nah. Lars is waiting for us.
get this journey on the way.
With all of what we have, we will need all the tools at our disposal. Hopefully, when we get to this bridge, we will be able to gather our final supplies we need, especially for you to survive in such an environment. For me, it feels like home. But for you, this might be difficult.
I look at Ymir and I nod.
Okay. So, what exactly would you guys like to do?
I finally got in contact with Blitz. He says he has a solution. He will help Wotek, but I still want your presence when I am doing my job, since I do not trust this Smith boss. But to make sure, I want you to make sure Blitz takes Wotek. He promised me 2 hours when we meet in the Berg. Make sure he arrives on time for me. Can you do that? My work absorbs me. And in order to get the payment I need and access to the forge to make you a gift, I must complete my task.
I go ahead and nod. I will definitely do my best. GM,
that-
do I happen to have his contact? The Blitz.
Yeah. We're going to say that essentially you guys are sharing a communications network between you. So anything that happens, you guys all have access. As long as one of you has it, the rest of you will.
No way, they got Seraph's number? I gotta stop.
If you want it to be that way, if there's anything you want to keep to yourself, obviously you can. But
Gotcha, okay.
having it that way, you guys will be able to share map data and shit like that easily. You know what I mean? Let's see. Okay, so one last time just to make sure, what is it you guys are actually doing right now? You're starting to
take
head
off.
back towards the
Correct.
towards
We're going
the
to
gateway.
outer-
Okay. And as you guys do, you are passing a lot of shops that have kind of what I think Ymir was kind of just talking about, all kinds of survival gear, all kinds of, there's pretty much shops that are selling anything that you might be looking for. This is the district for that.
As he walks past the shops and the storefront, even though he's focused on the task at hand and getting to Lars, Ymir makes a mental note of possible stores, areas, kiosks that
Okay.
can provide him with what they're talking about: oxygen, rebreathing, medical supplies, warm winter clothing that's designed for sub-zero temperatures.
Yep, you're seeing
things like
all of that represented 100%.
okay. He
Yep.
takes mental notes of the storefronts that he might need, because this is
Good.
going to be quite a bit of work, but he's more than willing to take the trip back through here once his task is completed to acquire the supplies.
Good shit. Okay.
Yep.
Anybody else doing anything, or are we just continuing on?
I think they're away right now,
Just
boss.
continuing.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you guys get to the portal gateway once again, And as you select the Berg as your destination, everything is very, very uneventful. You head on through and once again emerge to the kind of squalor of the outer portion of this zone, and are surprised to see it yet again. For some reason, it's just hard to imagine that there's any areas that are kind of this poor in this entire facility. But you quickly reemerge into the kind of, the shopping districts and the, all of the much more beautifully decorated and maintained facilities and storefronts of the commercial areas. So as you step on through, right as you're starting to break through that outer kind of zone and head into some of the main street area, you see that right away Lars is standing there to meet you. As you join up, he kind of holds an arm up to your group and kind of makes a really loud whistling noise with a combination of his teeth and lips that is actually pretty impressive for a normal human. This catches everybody's attention, and as you guys head over and meet up, he just kind of nods his head to your group, and you each notice that he's pretty pale, really dark circles under his eyes. His fucking face looks a little sunken, maybe from dehydration and throwing up. And overall, he looks a little shaky today. But other than that, he's on his feet. And he seems to be in fairly good cheer. So as he nods at all of you...
the life of a Russian smith, I guess.
As he nods to all of you, he kind of throws his hair back a little with one kind of greasy hand, and you see that the hair kind of sticks against his skull pretty solidly, and you're pretty sure he hasn't cleaned up since last night. You start heading down the main street into that main area once again. He is flanking you guys. And as you're walking, is there anything you're saying as you're heading towards the main little shopping district where the blacksmith is? I don't know if anybody's going to ask anything or do anything. So.
As they begin to walk, as they begin to walk, Ymir goes, "Brother, I am ready. I can smell the fires from the forge from here. Let us get to work, yes. My brother, Wotek, will be sleeping outside the shop. I hope that there's no issue for your boss. He is, how do you say, under the weather."
He raises an eyebrow and kind of peers over at Wotek, and as he moves in a little, he just kind of he doesn't do anything really intrusive, but he just kind of leans his head a little closer over to the bear, and is just kind of checking him out a little. Obviously, he's been a little shy to do this before, but even just getting within a few feet and kind of starting to really eyeball him, Wotek right away turns towards him and lets out a loud fucking snort of disapproval, and then just turns back and continues walking forward. And this is more than enough to get Lars to back way the fuck off. It actually makes him jump comically just a little bit and let out kind of a little bark of excited laughter. And when he lands, he just kind of hot foots it back over to where he originally was standing over next to you, Ymir. And in doing so, you could tell that he definitely was taught his lesson. This isn't a cuddly fucking, family-friendly bear. And he gets the point now. He's got a wide smile on his face, though, because obviously this pleases him very much. So, So as he does this, though, he nods at you and he says, "Of course, of course." He says, "It may be best to have companions close. I am told that the plan has changed slightly, and these are troubling times." And he looks over at you just very seriously and just kind of looks at you for a second and then turns back and just fucking boom, ba-doom, ba-doom. He's got an almost Abe Lincoln quality to him, just long, ropey, fucking dopey kind of motions and shit, but you could tell if he's swinging a hammer, you better look the fuck out, you know what I mean? So, all right.
Well, in response to this, Ymir just tightens his grip a little bit on the massive war maul known as the World Maker, his main tool and weapon, because having his countrymen say these kind of words, he understands exactly what he means. And so it just raises it up, it raises his tension a little bit. All that anxiety that he was feeling from the call with Blitz and everything is catching up to him, and it stokes that fire of being ready for combat. And so he just tightens his grip on his hammer a little bit. It's subtle, but it's there.
All right. Okay, so as you prepare yourself, you guys continue forward, and we are now actually in that original kind of area where the shops are that first set of shops that you guys encountered. So there's that potion shop, there is the blacksmith, there is that bar, there's also the shop where you encountered the merchant of brass, Ren. There's the place where they were selling the homunculi. So anyway,
Was that where what's his face was where Barnabas or
yeah, that's
was?
you had encountered them in the kind of back or the underground kind of office
Downstairs in the basement type
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah, past the
Cellar?
it was past the shopkeep
and that's where both of them had been, Barbados and okay.
merchant.
So anyway, so you guys are kind of back in this central area out in the the center of the main street, and you can kind of head wherever you're wanting to. Obviously Lars is just sort of casually heading towards the blacksmith shop, but I want to open it up and just see what everybody's doing. So you guys do notice standing in front of the blacksmith shop are apparently two of the employees, and they seem to be moving some heavy gear back and forth from a delivery wagon that's out front to some kind of large workshop area that appears to be out behind the main storefront facility. You're not sure if that's like their manufacturing hub or what, but it's, that's where they're moving everything, and it's these two. As your group comes into sight, they do look up and look over at you, and both appear to nod in your group's direction. Ymir, you get the impression that they're actually nodding at Lars. And
Is this person bare-handing a hot piece of metal?
No, I'm sorry. He's
Making sure.
just loading.
I wasn't sure if there was
crates,
something
basically.
like. Okay, I wasn't sure because the picture looks. I was like, okay, that's impressive.
Yeah, no.
Gotcha. Like, whoa, this guy's A little cooler than Lars is.
right? It's just flipping it around
Maybe
for fun.
he should be the boss.
So as this is all transpiring, what does everybody want to do?
Since I have my 3 eyes still on, I want to look around just to make sure that at least the vicinity is clear of all these atrocities.
As you look around, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh, God bless.
$13. Ooh,
Ooh,
music
music
change.
came on and made me so sad. Like, ooh.
You see a starving dog in the corner with his pups. No.
For 3 coins a week, you can help give him a nice home.
Alanis Morissette starts playing in the background.
Okay, so here we go. There we go. Okay, now that you guys are in the vicinity of the blacksmith, you start hearing some of the telltale sounds of it, and let's see. Okay, I'm sorry. So what is it you guys would like to be doing again?
I think Ren will go up to Ymir. Now that we've arrived, how long does this forging process take?
It will take me at least the rest of the day. If you have business, best you take care of it before we go. I want you at my side.
Although on a regular day, I think my main interest would be to really enjoy watching your people's work and your technique. Although the time we have allotted, I feel like there's 5,000 other things I need to do besides watching you make a knife. We've got 30-something hours to get to this point, which I don't even know why we need to go, but it seems important. I've got to make contacts with someone. We've got supplies we need to get. It's a million things, and I don't think I can spend a full day watching this process right now. It doesn't seem...
Sort of insulted, Ymir raises an eyebrow and goes, I don't bring you for the knife. I already told you, Brother Ren. I do not. And he holds back. This situation, I do not want to be outnumbered again. So, as I said, if you need business, then we wait. But when I go into the shop, I want you with me.
I understand that, and it doesn't seem feasible. If we had a week or a couple of days, that's one thing. We've got a day, and I don't think we can put everything on a comma's plate to do when there are things that I directly need to deal with, and this is a full day's process, you're saying.
Okay.
I
You
can't
go,
be
you
here.
go, you go, you go. You stay in contact, though, just in case things get sticky. Yes?
Of course, I'd rather not split, but I just don't see any other way around it.
What's Akama saying through all this? He's just watching, just smiling.
I mean, this is pretty spicy, so I'm just watching.
All right. Ymir, what's your rebuttal?
That is my rebuttal.
That's it. We're done.
Ymir
All right.
doesn't. The Ymir doesn't say anything. He told him what he told him, and That's it.
Boom. All right. So what's everybody doing?
I'll go over to a comma real quick. I need to make contact with this person that I missed apparently an appointment. It shouldn't take too long. I just need to see whatever I need to see. But then there are probably some supplies we would need to get before moving on. I don't know what we're doing or where we're going exactly or what it's going to be like, but do you think possibly you could maybe handle grabbing the bare necessities that we might need for travel while I go have this contact, and maybe I can still have some time to see Ymir's work.
I gotta understand something, because our brother here had tasked me to look after Wotek, waiting for Blitz to come.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I just was trying to figure out how to
Understandable.
make
Are
a million
you
things fit
trying
into a
to
small box.
travel to a different location to make contact, or can
No,
you
it's
make this contact here?
in the neighborhood. It's right down the road, I believe.
Hmm. If anything,
Yeah, it's literally like 100 feet away. Pretty much everything is about 100 feet
Right
away from
across
where you
the
guys are
street
standing.
from the
Yeah,
blacksmith shop.
I'll throw a rock if I get in trouble. You guys will see.
Yeah, it's you guys are. It's all right in the same place.
okay. I don't even know what supplies we need.
Neither
I
do
do.
I. Yeah, the person that does is the one that is going to be locked up the entire time working on.
Hmm. I have a small understanding of what needs to be grabbed. So, if you can, when you are done with your business, head back and oversee Wotek while I go out and grab a few things.
Blitz should be here. He promised me 2 hours, and he would be here. So he should not delay much longer than that. That
I
is, if
don't
he
count on that.
values his head on his shoulders.
Maybe I count on that a bit more then.
I look at my timepiece, and I turn my tables to the GM and ask if I recollect the time frame of when we left, when we made contact with Blitz, and how much longer until he actually makes contact with us.
Yeah, it should have been about 10:30 that he was going to make contact with you,
Mm-hmm.
and that's in about an hour and 50 minutes.
Okay. I turn back to the party and I say, so we have about an hour and some change until Blitz arrives, or at least reaches out to us. Uh, do what needs to be done. Go ahead and start prepping for this side quest that needs to be done. I'll sit here and I sit here with Wotek and ensure that everything is fine with him. Once you are done, Ren, with your business, definitely head back toward me. And if anything, you can definitely do either or. Help watch Wotek or go and double check with Ymir in his process.
Ymir raises his hand and goes, Brother Akama, Wotek can take care of himself for the most part.
I
He
back
is
up, raise my hands, and say, "Okay, okay. I'm just trying to help."
he is just going to sleep. What I need from you is to make sure Blitz is on time. That is all.
And I nod my head toward him. Roger.
Okay, so where are you walking to, Akama?
Toward the store.
Which one?
Shopping areas.
Okay. Now, are you going to be shopping in this area or in the area that you guys were just in where there was the more modern facilities?
I might do both. I'm just gonna verify what's here first before I move to the next one.
Okay. All right, you start kind of walking down around this shopping area just in the immediate vicinity first, and start getting a kind of lay of the land.
Okay.
Ren, what are you doing? I want to remind you that this is the area as well that, well, it's in the, let me see. This might actually, I think you actually did board your vehicle in this zone.
This is where we arrived. I believe that's where it was at.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right as you first come in. So essentially, you're really close to where your vehicle is boarded right now. And yeah, so anyway.
I might be able to help with some of this, and I pull out my 2 drones, and I try to I don't know if I can do this, but is there a way to describe or give them an idea of our little druggy friend to them so they can go out and try to find him? Or see if he's coming, or just kind of scan this area around kind of through the streets and kind of just do a quick...
Yeah, fucking why not? Yeah, man,
Survey?
you had invested in that extra kind of AI attribute as part of your research, so that's exactly what that's tied to. So kind of the, you know, it just translates to pretty much just being more capable when it comes to what it can do.
Like
well,
surveying and
I'll have
face
them-
recognition.
I'll have them just cover a radius around us,
Okay.
or a diameter around us. I mean, and then, or each one doing a radius around where we're at, to look for this person. Anything that matches the description or whatever like that, come back to me. I mean, if they could save an image of
Blitz,
said
it
thing.
should be. He should be easy to spot.
Yeah,
Let me
I mean,
ask you
it's
this,
like a
because
walking sweaty penis.
you don't have video of them, as far as I remember. What? Just tell me basically what you want to use as like the 3 most relevant, descriptive.
I go ahead and I raise my hand. I say, "Hey, don't we have that picture of us with the that bread, little bread thing that we came across, Ymir? Maybe that will help."
Fuck. Was Blitz in that?
Yeah, he's the one that was holding the fucking
Mate,
That's right.
Croissant cock. Yeah.
was. Nice callback.
Oh fuck.
yeah.
That's hilarious. All right, so as you produce the picture, fucking your drone.
Never thought that was gonna come back up.
Shit, that's great. Your drone scan it and shit, and it is now saved for
Now I
all
was looking
time.
for a well-hung Blitz.
That's crazy. All right, so yeah, they definitely have a completely accurate picture to go by. They head off very quickly and start scanning, and yeah, they're on it.
And I'm guessing with their programming, they have a ping on where I'm at all times. So even if I move, they
Yeah.
can find me. Correct?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna.
That will be something that we'll have to address, though, because you're still using mundane technology for that kind of part of it. So it's going to be vulnerable to like solid rock and, you know, interference and all that kind of stuff. So always keep that kind of thing in mind. If a radio wouldn't work well through the situation, that you probably
No,
have
I
some
want to get together with
trouble.
you sometime and actually kind of figure out the rules
Yep.
of what they can kind of do, and then that way I can be able to figure out what I want them to do beyond what they can already do and things like
Yeah.
that.
Sounds good. Yeah, I
Just
mean,
and
if you
also
wanted to,
not
if you
throwing out
wanted to
ideas
guide
and
it
you be like
towards
on the
like
spot being
having
like, sure,
psychic,
or
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so they head off to do their task. What are you doing now?
I'm gonna quickly hurry to the Merchant of Brass Homunculi shop
All right,
first and foremost.
you head over, and right away, as Akama has walked off and started kind of surveying the shops, you get to the storefront again, and as you peer through, you see that familiar image of this kind of macabre wonderland spread out before you, and the proprietor kind of nods at you through the shelves, signaling that he knows to kind of let you through if that's what you're wishing. As this takes place, Ymir, Lars continues walking over to the wagon that's being unloaded, and just out of habit and duty, he goes ahead and starts picking up some of the crates and moving them along with his companions, and it seems like he's basically just suggesting just come along and we could start like heading in. Anything you're wanting to do at all?
Ymir turns to Akama and goes, "Brother, Ren may be indisposed now, but since his friends are looking out for Blitz, will you still accompany me in my task at hand? This world, this aristocrat, is not safe, does not make me feel safe, and I do not want to go in there alone. Will you accompany me still? And we will go get supplies together after the job is done. My expertise in surviving such an area might make the process go a little faster."
GM question. Was I already walking away toward the stores, or am I still here?
You're up the road a bit, but I mean it doesn't really matter. If he called out, you easily could just turn around, and you're
and
not
then
that
just
far away.
hurry
It's
back.
all
Oh, what's up?
it's
What's up,
all
man? What's
all
up?
of this
It's
is
a
kind of all
boom-
happening
it's
at
a
the
boom-
same time. So
It's a booming giant voice anyway, but it's not like I can
Welcome
whisper.
back.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like I can
shattering
whisper
windows and
all
shit.
that well. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Um,
And even if not,
I
he could just hit you up on the communicator. You know what I mean?
yeah. I go ahead and I look at Ymir and I say, of course, anything for a friend.
Ymir nods slowly, gratefully, and says, "Okay." Then, while Ren is off, let us get to work. Yes. Maybe this is what I need to clear my mind. Let us go.
Okay. So you guys are heading into the
Yes,
blacksmith
we're
facility.
yeah. Ymir crosses the street with Wotek still by his side. Right as they cross the street, Ymir turns to Wotek and goes, "Rest now, brother. Blitz will be here soon. Listen to him, but make sure he takes care of you. He is a friend, yes, but we must make sure he follows through with his promise to me. We must get you better." we have a long road ahead.
Okay. He at this point actually looks a little bit exhausted, and he just kind of nods and very quickly just kind of slumps down and seems to start taking a nap. Yeah, he's out. Okay, you guys are standing right in front of the shop. You can tell that the workers are heading around kind of a side and going through an entrance that looks like it might actually go through to the larger building behind, but you can't really see exactly where they're heading. But it looks like if you just want to follow after them, Lars actually just grabbed the last box, the last like little crate, and is starting to walk over and through. And this is large enough for you to be able to get through fairly comfortably. It's almost like a little alleyway in part of the building. So, okay. So, do you guys want to start following after, or I don't want to assume anything.
I mean, after I deal with Wotech, that's I'm just taking a few minutes. I didn't know if you wanted to switch over to Ren for the last few minutes. I don't know. But yeah, Ymir
I'm keeping a close eye. We got about 5 minutes left. We're good. No worries at all.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys start following in after. After a moment of heading through this kind of large, almost like a cargo kind of alleyway, you get to an opening between the buildings, and there you see that Lars is actually heading into a small door off on the side of this larger building. You're a little surprised. There's almost like large airplane hangar sized doors that are closed in the main center of it. But as you guys head around to the side, you see that this door is open and it leads down a stair well that appears pretty ancient in design. And it's all just solid stone, as carved stone. And as you take a look, it's easily large enough for you, Ymir, to head down. Let's see. Give me just 1 second here.
Can I roll a, what is it referred to? I forget now. I would like to look at the patterns on the doors of this ancient door and see if I can recognize any of the quality of the engraving, if I recognize any symbols, if anything comes to mind within that. I have armor smithing, engraving.
As you take a look, the door looks completely mundane. The doorway is the same. The stairs are the same. You're not really seeing anything at all that looks that...
Do I know what material it's made out of?
Everything is just mundane materials. It looks like it was carved right into the kind of bedrock under the the town itself. So very normal looking. It's you would guess that this could just go down into like an old pump works or something. Just something really simple.
So it's not a big stone relief door with something on
nothing.
it.
It's actually
or anything.
pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks much more utility based than that. So
utilitarian. Yep.
And if you, as you guys step through, and start walking down the staircase itself, you guys see. Oops, hold on 1 second. Here we go. You guys see this. At the base of the stairwell.
What? See what? I don't see.
Oh, you're not seeing it? Okay, give me 1 second. 1 second, I'm going to pull you guys onto this page. Let me see.
Black.
think
All
I
I
can-
see is black.
I think I can grab your.
Oh my god, someone turn off the lights.
Luckily, I've got night vision, so it's not as bad for me.
I'm okay.
I
Yeah.
can
Got
grab
my
your
We're fine.
eyes on.
plate. Yep. And then put you on this page.
Graphic performance notice.
And then
Uh,
I'm
Okay.
gonna grab Ymir and put him on it as well.
Let me back it up so I can take in the full.
Just let me know if you guys are able to see the map in front of you.
uh-huh.
I see the map.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
So you guys are able to see that, and as you do, this is roughly kind of the image that you're seeing.
Uh-huh.
Now, the room itself is much larger, but
How'd you
essentially,
get that?
that's the basics. No, yeah, because you're actually up. You were heading over
Surface
to the,
level.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't see it because you're not here.
That's fine.
So that's what you guys are seeing, and that's where we're going to leave it for right now. I will say that you see several different figures milling about, and it is the other workers as well as that's him. Give me 1 second. I want to make sure that you guys are able to see Drago. It's this one. Okay. And we go edit. Okay, so we're just going to move him. There we go. Okay, so this and this.
Oh, that dude's huge.
You notice that this guy definitely looks to you to be incredibly stout, really, really fit, and obviously an incredibly capable combatant. But right now he's got a couple of railroad tie size.
Did you mean to put his token down and not his image? Because right now I'm seeing this.
Image.
It's like a token. Nah, but it's
It's not the actual art from it. I will let me actually, you know what? Here.
I'm just saying
right
because
here. No,
Akama needs a
absolutely.
better picture of what he's at, who he's actually looking at.
Yeah, I see like a picture of a token.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go. Okay. This is the image of Drago.
Aha, okay.
And as you're looking at him, you notice that he's got several pieces of what appears to be mega damage, some kind of alloy, hefted over his shoulder, and they're just kind of bundled up, but they're the size of like railroad ties. So you would guess that there is no doubt he's some kind of mega damage, like supernatural
Creature.
entity. So the forge is roaring, and you guys are interested to get to take a look around because you're definitely both, now that you're down here, you're looking through a almost like a prison like metal cage door. And as you're looking around, you see that there's lots of really interesting shit laying around. And this place obviously is much more magical than the outside had kind of belied. So, all right, and jumping very quickly back to Ren, as you head into the storefront, as I said, the proprietor kind of nods you back. Do you want to go ahead and follow him?
Yeah.
Okay, as you do so, you head down to that familiar underground shop once again, and as soon as you get down there, you see Barbados Khan standing with his back towards you, obviously speaking on some kind of communicator. As soon as you hit the bottom of the stairs, he seems to sign off with whoever he was speaking with. He was just having a very soft, subtle conversation just beyond your range of detecting. But the kind of whispering stops as soon as you approach. He spins around and very graciously does a deep, respectful bow. As soon as he comes up, before you can even speak, he holds a hand up and says, "Brother, I know that time is scarce. I will save it for you. I have one message from the merchant. The item which he seeks in exchange for the nanoforge is the arm of a godlike being that you are rumored to possess." And with that, we'll stop for the day.
How the fuck does he know that?
Rumors, man, rumors.
The
Captain-
machinations of Odin's mind are an enigma.
Captain
I'm
Blade
sure
Sparrow
it'll be
over here.
explained to
Fucking.
us next week.
And now, bow your head for the patrons. BKZJT, Rapid 3642. Andy Sasa, Nova Rose, Kerry T, Tommy Gunn. These here 24 codes. Jess H. It's. If you would like a special thank you at the end of each of my videos, and some other cool stuff as well, visit patreon.com/homegrownlore. Thank you. And now, bow your head for the patrons. BKZJT, Rapid 3642. Andy Sasa, Nova Rose, Kerry T, Tommy Gunn. These here 24 codes. Jess H. It's. If you would like a special thank you at the end of each of my videos, and some other cool stuff as well, visit patreon.com/homegrownlore. Thank you.